Good morning, Bahamas. You are listening to the highlights of today's Tribune news stories, brought to you by your daily Bahamas headlines. This report is produced especially for people on the go and for the visually impaired. Please remember to like, share, and follow our Facebook, WhatsApp, and YouTube channels. 2,500 voters are missing. Attorney General Ryan Pinder says more than 2,500 registered voters cannot be found on the ground in Golden Isles, raising serious concerns about the accuracy of the voter register ahead of the by-election. He says both major political parties have historically struggled with outdated registers, but the current discrepancies are significant enough to undermine public confidence, prompting fresh calls for biometric registration to modernize the system. Golden Isles political tension rises. Former PM Hubert Ingram and FNM Chairman Dr. Duane Sands both insisted that the register showed major issues. Deputy Prime Minister Chester Cooper pushed back, insisting the PLP is working hard on the ground and saying the real issue is fear-mongering, not fraud. Meanwhile, Cooper says he is unsure whether Rick Fox is even Bahamian, after documents and interviews raised questions about Fox's nationality. Outgoing BTVI president accused of lavish party as staff go unpaid. Faculty at BTVI staged a sit-out, accusing outgoing president Dr. Linda Davis of spending money on celebrations, while staff continue to wait on salary increases and benefits. They say the institution has become toxic and insist her removal must be immediate. Defense Force officer killed in highway crash. Marine seaman Damaris Armbrister died after crashing into a tree on Tonique Williams-Darling Highway. RBDF officials say he was a disciplined officer and described the loss as a major blow to morale. Procuration trial. Jury directed to enter not guilty verdict. A judge directed a not guilty verdict after testimony revealed major inconsistencies in a case where a man was accused of procuring a 14-year-old. Gang rape case. Fifth suspect remanded. A fifth man has been charged in connection with the gang rape of a teenage girl. In a separate case, a man was also remanded accused of having sex with a 14-year-old boy. Murder accused sent to jail until VBI trial. A 32-year-old man has been ordered held at the Bahamas Department of Correctional Services until his voluntary bill of indictment is served. Fugitive ex-judge's iconic status slows receiver. A former Supreme Court judge's notoriety has complicated attempts to recover assets from several properties, delaying progress in a multi-million-dollar receivership dispute. Air arrivals down in 8 of the first 9 months of 2025. Tourism data shows a decline in most months of 2025, with only October recording an increase. Officials attribute the drop partly to Bahamas SARE issues and global economic pressures. BCA businesses being taxed to the point of stagnation. Construction industry leaders say new VAT rules and import tax burdens are slowing down economic growth, delaying projects and discouraging new investment. Graycliff launches Batik Experience. Graycliff has expanded its tourist offerings with a new batik factory inside the Heritage Museum courtyard. The attraction is expected to boost both tourism and local artisan employment. Abaco. Residents fume over regular dump site. Abaco locals say a shanty town that was demolished has now become an eyesore and a dumping ground. They want government to clear the area urgently for safety and sanitation. Mystery ship off Albany. Lifeboat washes ashore. A mysterious vessel called the Caribbean Energy sits anchored off Albany with no visible crew. A bright orange lifeboat washed ashore days ago, fueling concerns that the ship has been abandoned. Authorities are still investigating. Prove you're hiring Bahamians. Residents challenge developers to show transparency in job hiring after documents suggested an unusually high number of work permit requests. Resorts adjust staffing after breakwater damage. One resort temporarily reduced staff after rough weather damaged structures and forced operational changes. Editorial. Political opponents agree something's wrong. The Tribune argues that both government and opposition must take voter roll issues seriously to protect public trust. Letters. High praise for RAND staff. A letter writer praises Rand Memorial Hospital's nurses and doctors for exceptional service. Life's beginning needs to be enshrined. Another writer calls for stronger moral protections for unborn children. Sports. QC Comets dominate BUS cross-country championships. Queens College won 5 of 8 divisions, sweeping the under-13, under-15, and under-20 categories. Canada beats the Bahamas in men's basketball. Team Bahamas fell 94-88 in Toronto and again 115-75 at the Kendall Isaacs Gym. Jazz Chisholm visits Youth Baseball League. MLB star Jasrado Jazz Chisholm Jr. made a surprise appearance at Bailu Hills, motivating young athletes. You've been listening to the Tribune Highlights brought to you by your Daily Bahamas headlines for Tuesday, December 2nd, 2025. Have a wonderful and productive day, Bahamas.